It's like the old George Costanza line. It's not a lie if you believe it. Mike Mayock standing shoulder to shoulder with John Gruden on Derek Carr. They're going to pound their fists through the table for Derek Carr. Or maybe, I don't know, I like Derek Carr more than both of the decision makers for the Raiders combined. Or they, at the end of the day, will take their collective fists and knock down all sorts of doors for Russell Wilson. Look, Mayock is right. Derek Carr had a great season, and Derek Carr deserves to be celebrated. Seriously. Carr was better at his job yet again than Gruden was at coaching or Mayock was at picking players. Gruden's in-game coaching last year was deplorable. The Raiders have underachieved. And they underachieved last year. A golden opportunity to make the playoffs as we predicted, and they couldn't get it done. They didn't bother to give a damn, and that's on Gruden against the Atlanta Falcons. Gruden ruined a game that Tua gifted them against Miami, and then the Raiders would ultimately lose, and that would be the death blow in terms of their playoff possibilities. The Raiders' priorities this offseason should be defense, and then more defense. And look, I love Mike Mayock, but the first-round gambles of Clelin Ferrell and Henry Ruggs and Damon Arnett have failed. And these were easy first guesses for me on Time to Shine. People like to knock my guy Derek Carr. That means you just haven't watched the games. Now, trading him in a deal for Russell Wilson is one thing. Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer. But if that doesn't happen, the Raiders should not be in the quarterback business. Derek Carr is the answer. The Pittsburgh Steelers made it official today, bringing Ben Roethlisberger back on a new deal. And that makes it official today that the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing it all wrong again. Now, to his credit, Roethlisberger took a legit pay cut of $5 million, but that's not going to give the Steelers the wiggle room to find enough players to win a championship. And they keep talking about championship. Kevin Colbert, the general manager, his statement, it's all about championship. A championship! Come on! Come on! I know what Pittsburgh has done historically in the past, decades ago, and it's awesome. But the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since January 15th, 2017. 2017! Baltimore is better. Cleveland is better. Cincy has Joe Burrow. The Steelers have the worst quarterback in the division. Big Ben turned 39 this week. What are we doing here? Ben Roethlisberger is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the king of the comeback. He also hit a wall down the stretch last year and looked like an aging quarterback coming off of major elbow surgery, and he was dreadful. And that's how he should look, because he's an aging quarterback coming off of major elbow surgery. And he was dreadful. Pittsburgh needed to address the quarterback of the future, the backup quarterback spot over the last few years. And the draft this year is filled with legit quarterback prospects. 5 quarterbacks will be drafted in the first round. There are a lot of intriguing options available right now on the quarterback carousel via a trade. This makes no sense. And they still need to fix the worst running back room in the entire league and the offensive line and deal with Juju's inevitable departure. And what about Bud Dupree? Championship? I mean, don't make me laugh. The Pittsburgh Steelers won't win a playoff game again this season. This should have been the reset year to get ready for 2022. Better to get ahead, but the Steelers continue to be behind. We've been saying it. Last night hit it home. Joel Embiid is your first half NBA MVP. I just loved his effort and toughness against the great Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz last night. Embiid had a monster game. 40 points, 19 rebounds, a gigantic 3 to tie at the end of regulation. This was sheer domination. It's not a surprise, because under Doc Rivers, Embiid has been sensational. Now, I still want to see him win in the playoffs. I'm not a big Joel Embiid guy, but I have to acknowledge the incredible results. Look, my MVP list at the half would be JoJo number 1, Big Honey, number 2, and LeBron James, number 3. Embiid has earned it, and he's carried the Sixers to the top spot at the midway point of the season in the Eastern Conference. Even if I'm not picking them to win the East or beat the Brooklyn Nets in the postseason. Doc Rivers has done a great job all year, and you knew that he would, and be a major upgrade over Brett Brown, who was overmatched as an in-game coach, and Philly wasted Embiid and Ben Simmons over the last few years. Doc's team showed great tenacity coming back against the Utah Jazz, who, in my opinion, and also when you look at wins and losses, the Jazz are the best team in the NBA. Utah was 25-0 when leading after 3 quarters. Make that 25-1. And yes, the refs were brutal last night. The Jazz got hosed late. That was not an offensive foul on Donovan Mitchell, and I don't blame him for going nuts, but a Sixers fan knows that in prior years, simply put, Philly doesn't win that game. That's a credit to Doc and to the leader for MVP.